Hi, my name is ColdBeer, and let's start with the fact that you will find all the links to all the games of this video in the description below. Let's begin with Remnant 2. This is the sequel to Remnant from the Ashes, best known as Dark Souls with guns. The game pits survivors of humanity against new deadly creatures and godlike bosses across beautiful but menacing worlds. Here you can travel alone or with friends as a team and explore strange new worlds and beyond, overrun by mythical creatures while trying to stay alive. There are multiple worlds to explore with different types of creatures, weapons and items. Game has branching quest lines, augments, crafting and loot rewards that will test the resolve of even the most hardened players in dynamically generated dungeons and areas. Most of the players are saying that the second part is better than the first one, meaning that developers learned from their past mistakes and made an actually awesome game. Hitman Absolution. Betrayed by the agency and hunted by the police, you find yourself pursuing redemption in a corrupt and twisted world. Players around the globe are saying that this is one of the best, or maybe even the best Hitman game. It has a kinda predictable story, but it doesn't really matter. The gameplay and your approach to missions makes all the difference. Will you disguise yourself as a policeman, crazy convict, butcher, or a doctor of ding-dongs? You never know until you play. This game kinda teaches us that other people will always judge you by your clothes. And if you're not agreeing with me, come on, dress like a clown for your next job interview. Or, you know, like a priest and try to get a job in the kindergarten.
Challenge accepted.
Anyway, this is a great game, and I think that if you have never played anything from the Hitman franchise, this is a great game to start. Livelock. This is a top-down shooter where you can play alone or with up to 2 allies to break the cycle of infinite war between machines. Your role here is to unlock Eden and revive humanity, which, in my opinion, is a very questionable goal. Why do these intelligent robots need humans? Makes no sense. If I was one, I would never do that. Well, except I may turn you all into batteries. Anyway, 3 different classes provide different gameplay, so despite the fact that the game is really short, you will finish it in about 5 hours. Replayability here is quite high. Of course, it is best to play it with your friends, and imaginary ones don't count, because you will still need an additional pair of real hands. Risk of Rain 2. Everyone who played Risk of Rain 2 can agree on one thing: it plays way better than it looks, meaning that everything you are seeing now to you looks like a graphic gibberish of some sort, but if you take control of the hero, everything changes immediately. The game has 96% of positive reviews left by hundreds of thousands of players who bought the game. You can't argue with that. So here you'll fight your way to the final boss and escape, or continue your run indefinitely to see how long you can survive. A unique scaling system means that both you and your foes limitlessly increase in power over the course of the game. People on Steam are talking that Risk of Rain 2 is a bit unfriendly for new players. It will take time for you to adapt, so be prepared for that. It won't guide you by your hand or penis. Voidtrain. People are saying that this surreal survival craft game is kind of similar to The Raft. That is never a bad thing, but keep in mind that you won't get a lot of action. Well, not as many as it may seem from the trailer or even from the screenshots posted on Steam. I watched Markiplier playing the game and it was a nice experience. The whole idea of collecting resources around you while moving on a train is nice, but one thing kinda bothered me. You always feel like you are in the dream. Everything is floating and, you know, anything can happen. And when something extraordinary actually happens, you are like,
well, okay, I guess that's cool.
But you are never actually amazed. I guess that's the price of making everything so elusive. Although I love the idea of the game, I would love to travel around in some post-apocalyptic landscape instead. I think there is some similar game with zombies somewhere, but it's in 2D and it's not the same for me. Anyway, Voidtrain demo is also here, and it's free for you to try. Mothergunship. The game mixes bullet hell intensity with the FPS genre, and according to developers brings one of the largest gun customization options seen in video games. It's up to you to equip your over-the-top arsenal and defeat a robotic alien armada that has conquered the Earth. Yeah, as always, you'll have to show aliens who's the real boss here. And that's you, my friend. You are an awesome and very beautiful person. Now subscribe, this praise isn't free. Anyway, here you'll craft gun monstrosities that no reasonable person could ever lift, fight gigantic bosses and experience randomized mayhem as you battle your way to the heart of the fleet. This game is great to play alone, but if you want to release your anger on aliens as a co-op team with your friend, yeah, the game forces you to sign in with Epic Launcher, which is a sad thing and brings down the review score of the game big time. Human Fall Flat. This is a hilarious, light-hearted physics platformer set in a world of floating dreamscapes. Each level provides a new environment to navigate, from mansions, castles and Aztec adventures to snowy mountains, eerie nightscapes and industrial locations. Multiple routes through each level and playful puzzles ensure exploration and ingenuity are rewarded. More than 30 million copies are sold so far, and this is not a coincidence. This game is very entertaining, and the best review I have read about this game was written by IGN. They said, "It's just dumb fun," and yeah, that's what it is. Tons of laughing guaranteed. Homeworld: Deserts of Kharak. A ground-based RTS prequel to the classic Homeworld games. It has nice graphics, great special effects and good gameplay in general. But do not expect miracles. Campaign is only 13 missions long and it's quite easy. You can beat it in a day. Here an interesting story, fantastic desert setting and beautiful music makes this game one of the candidates to occupy your time, even if it differs from StarCraft a bit. Just don't buy this game if you are interested in multiplayer. Nobody plays it, it's dead. Just like your hopes for your boss to increase your salary. Hob. The game was made by the same guys who created legendary Torchlight and Torchlight 2. Presented without text or dialogue, Hob's story is revealed as you explore a mysterious planet and interact with the strange life forms that inhabit it. You will transform this world by solving puzzles and repairing the planet itself. The landscape will change before your eyes, opening new areas to uncover and explore. People are saying that the game is just a partial RPG, it's mostly oriented to puzzle solving, but in general will scratch the itch you have for the great games you may never have heard of before. Although be warned that without a controller the experience may not be the same. Be sure you have it. Actually, playing Hob without one, it's like trying to ride a traditional bike by pedaling with your hands. Tribes of Midgard. This is a cooperative survival game in which you must resist the oncoming invasion of giants during Ragnarok, latter meaning the end of the world in Viking language. Here you will need to explore the wilderness, craft new weapons, and be prepared to defend the sacred center of your village from the grim shadows. All the while the giant of Jotunheim stalks closer to your village, seeking to destroy Midgard, and fulfill the prophecy. Basically, this is a Norse mythology game where you can gather a group of up to 10 people and try to survive in a procedurally generated world. The longer you and your tribe survive, the greater will be the rewards. Maybe this time your potato salad will have actual potatoes in it, you never know. Rewards here are great. Torchlight 2. People on Steam are saying that this game is highly addictive and can fast-forward your life rather quickly. Some people say that this is a spiritual brother of Diablo 2, but I can't agree with that. It's too cartoony, the models and color palette reminds me of World of Warcraft instead. Although I played World of Warcraft for several years, I still have the best memories. I think I will get back to it. That is when I'm old, some 25 years from now. Anyway, Torchlight 2 is great, very complex and fun, and if you are cool with this colorful Disney princess visual style, it may be one of the best action RPG games you have ever played. You know, if you like Diablo or similar games like Grim Dawn or Path of Exile, Torchlight 2 is probably a must-play. Impaler. This is a minimalist retro arena shooter with spikes. You summon spikes to slay monsters, build barriers and reach higher ground. The game is challenging, rewards movement, and each run feels different thanks to roguelike elements. Here you'll overcome the increasingly difficult hordes of monsters by upgrading your weapons and abilities. The game has a retro art style and really not bad soundtrack. Also, developers use their own engine, so the game feels really smooth. Basically, if you feel nostalgia for classic Doom or Duke Nukem games, Impaler is a wonderful choice. Also, the price is a joke even without a discount. The game is short, only about 2.5 hours, and can be completed in a single sit-down any evening, which is great. Serial Cleaner. Have you ever wanted to clean a crime scene? Yeah, I thought so, I'm not so eager as well. But this game lets us dive into this grim and, by the way, very well-paid job. Maybe after playing you will reconsider your career choices. By the way, it's not some official job. Oh no, you work for the mafia and clean crime scenes for them. See, I said that this job is well-paid. A good cleaner never gets caught, so you have to make sure you get in, clean up and get out without leaving a trace of evidence for the police to find. Game features a funky 70s-inspired soundtrack, real-world data to modify levels according to the current time of day in your whereabouts, full story campaign and even challenge modes. People on Steam are saying that this is simple and chill game with a very unique style, although be prepared to rage a little when you will get caught right before finishing the mission. Blacksad. This is a gloomy game set in a New York City of the 1950s in a world of anthropomorphic animals. You will play as Blacksad, a private detective, and will have to untangle the secrets of a mysterious disappearance. This sinister case will take you to the darkest, most dismal depths of New York, where you will immerse yourself in a eerily dark adventure. Game is based on comic books, but if you don't know them, it's not a problem. It's probably even better to not have any untimely bias. People on Steam are saying that this is a very interesting game with a satisfying deduction mechanic, probably one of the best among other detective games. Although keep in mind that the game is short, it will take you about 9 hours to finish it. Golf Club Nostalgia. Here the rich fled to Mars, but sometimes they venture back to a desolate Earth for a round of golf. Each hole in the wasteland offers its own little story and possible puzzle to sink the perfect shot. You will play through destroyed brutalist monuments, crumbling shopping malls, and abandoned museums with neon signs. The game has a great soundtrack as well as personal stories broadcasted on Radio Nostalgia from Mars. The station caters to citizens of Mars as they dial in to share their memories of Earth. A smooth-voiced radio DJ keeps the show flowing with updates and announcements, hinting at a not-so-glamorous life on Mars. This is a unique and beautiful game really worthy of your attention. Maneater. Have you ever wanted to become a shark? To swim in the endless ocean until you get eaten by a bigger shark or a killer whale? Well, honestly, being a shark kinda sucks. I wish I was a jellyfish instead. No brain, no worries, no anxiety, only never-ending fun. Yeah, I'm sure jellyfishes feel like that every day. Anyway, Maneater will let you experience the ultimate power fantasy as the apex predator of the seas. Become a giant shark and eat someone. By the way, Maneater is a single-player open-world action RPG. Yeah, you heard right, it's an RPG game. I can only guess that you weren't expecting that. You will start as a small shark pup tasked with surviving the harsh world while eating your way up the ecosystem. To do this, you will explore a large and varied open world, encounter diverse enemies and prey, both human and wildlife. Find the right resources and you can grow and evolve far beyond what nature intended. It's a game after all. This is fortunate because you can get revenge on all those filthy fishermen. Moons of Madness. This is a first-person, story-driven cosmic horror game. Here the scientific exploration of Mars meets the supernatural dread of Lovecraft. The story begins when the mysterious signal has been recorded coming from the Red Planet. Corporate scientists decided that it is of intelligent origins and started to build an outpost on Mars to investigate the nature of the message. And you are one of the maintenance workers on that station without any idea why it is being built. Well, the rest is kinda self-explanatory. Brown substance hits the fan and you will have to solve the thing absolutely alone. Don't expect it to be a flawless game, it is not. It looks way better than it plays. But for this price, it's definitely a good choice if you like slow-burning Lovecraftian horror titles. In Other Waters. This is one of the coolest indie games I have stumbled on recently. Story begins when Ellery is called to the planet Gliese, only to arrive at an abandoned base. She finds herself adrift in an ocean of secrets with little more than a malfunctioning diving suit and a strange AI to guide her. And you play not as an Ellery, as you already assumed, but as this AI. How the turns have tabled, huh? So you have to guide Ellery and keep her safe as you dive deeper and explore an underwater alien landscape. The planet's unique life and its dark history are yours to uncover, and the bond between you and Ellery will be tested by the secrets you learn. People are talking that this game floats somewhere between an art project, a work of fiction, and an experiment in minimalist UI design. I absolutely agree, and I will add the fact that this game is awesome, and if you like stuff like that, you should definitely try it out.
Thank you for watching, have a nice day and I'll see you next time, bye. Subscribe to my channel or no potato salad for you.